Lord this morning can do that before it's too late. We're going to go into James chapter 5. I don't know how much time. I don't have a lot of time to think this morning, but we'll do what the Lord will allow us to do this morning. I don't know how big this was anyway, but James chapter 5. And this is James' letter and advice to the rich man. Go now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were a fire. You have heaped treasure together for your last days. And that's just James. He warns the wealthy who have hoarded their treasures and exploited their workers, and stating that that rust will get on your riches, and that's what's going to happen to them. You can't put your treasures in heaven instead of down here on earth, and kind of telling you how to, just because you have a little money don't mean you have the right to treat everybody bad or whatever. Behold, we go down to verse 4. Behold the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the scribes of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton, and ye have nourished your hearts as in the days of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. Again, he condemns the rich for withholding their wages and from the laborers or the people that's doing the work, and which cries out to, he cries out to the Lord, and for the ones that's living in luxury and condemning the righteous. A lot of times I think people will look and be quick to judge others, and if you got a little bit of money or you think you're higher up or have a higher status or a higher station, that you'll sit back sometimes and condemn the one that's actually doing the work. That's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to work and labor. We'll get in a little bit more of that here in a second, but we'll go down here to the 7th. And this is about patience. And, be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husband wanteth the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receiveth the early and the latter rain. We're just talking about how to be patient. The early and the latter rain, if I'm not mistaken, is I think in Israel, and there's a different climate there. Palestine, Israel, there's a different climate there. I made a note here somewhere, but it says during the plantation, the early rain means fall during, it's like October and November over there, and it says fall during planting time is so often the soil and initiates seed germination. We do that here, just at a different time. And the latter rain, before the harvest falls, the latter rain matures the grain, ensuring a successful crop. And, we all know if you're a gardener at all, which I'm not, and I'm not going to pretend to be, but you can't just put a seed in the ground and wake up the next morning and you've got a crop. You got to do the labor, and that's why it's saying you got to be patient. The Lord told me about a year ago. He said, come to me, and he said, patience. You have a lack of patience. In a way, he told me that. As I was praying for something that just wouldn't happen, still praying, but I have to be patient, because it's the Lord does things in His own time. But believers are told to be patient, like I say, like a farmer waiting for rain. Just because we go to Him that day, don't mean it's going to happen immediately. We have to do the work, and there's a way, and He's getting us ready for what we're about to receive and what needs to be done. I find myself it's impossible for me to be patient sometimes. In my daily job, I'm an impatient person. I want it done as soon as I tell them to do it. I expect it to be done. If I come back the next hour or next day or something like that and it's not done when I ask for it, I get a little upset. Well, the Lord's better. He's much better than I am. He has patience with us because we're going to fail when we're asked to do something. We're asked to do something, and He's proven Himself many times to me. He has proved. He don't have to prove one thing. He saved my soul. He didn't have to, but He saved my soul. Free gift. But the thing is, I just sometimes I forget how much blessings I've had in my life. And then when I pray and I ask Him for something, I'm still wanting it right then. But I know that's not the way the Lord works. I know it's not. But when we pray, that doesn't mean it's going to happen right then. But you have to put the time in and labor. But He's proven Himself so much. And all I've got to look at. I mean, I'm a miracle that I'm here right now because I know where my heart was at one point. Even though I was saved, I got out of the church and I had no intention of ever being back in the doors of this church. I had no intention. I'm not. That's how my heart was. I was not coming back to church. I was done. I had let my heart get that far away, and but He brought me back. I mean, He has brought me back, and He has blessed me beyond my wildest dream. I'm blessed. If I die tomorrow, I'm blessed. I don't have anything else that I need in my life. I'm happy with what He gave me, and that's proof to me that it's worth the patience and the wait for what He's going to give me. And my daughter's not saved that I know of. I'm not even sure she's under conviction. I pray for her every minute, every hour. It's on my mind, but I have to be patient. My mom told me, my mom told me, she said, I wasn't saved till I was 17 years old. I said, well, everybody's in their own time. You got to be patient. And, if my mom's a good lady and I love her and I know that she did the right thing before she got saved. But patience comes in for all of us in everything we do. And even the disciples, they were arguing among themselves and all this and disagree and try to put themselves above one another. But they had forgot. They had seen the miracles firsthand. They had seen Him walk on the water. They had seen Him do all these things. But they didn't have patience. They wanted that. Our world is that just like them. They wanted that thing right then. They wanted what they wanted right then. And it's when to me, it's one of the biggest things that I have trouble with, my patience. And even in church, I have the thing because I want our church to grow. I want to see people saved. And I think most of us, I think everybody here, if you're saved by the grace of God, it's what you want. But God's going to do it in His own time. And it's just up to us to do the labor that it takes to do it. And I get frustrated sometimes and I get tired just like everybody else and working a job. You have to work to survive, and the Lord gave me that job and He can take it away tomorrow, so I have to remember that too. But we have to do the labor for whatever it takes to get them saved. Jeffrey was talking about the guy that was just one more, Desmond Dobbs. I talked about him a lot. Medal of Honor winner. He didn't carry a gun, but he did the labor. He refused to do what he did, but his only thing on his mind was this one. And there was many people that come to Christ through him, through God had gave him the gift to do it. And so we have to be able to do that. But it takes, again, we'll go back, the patience is many, many times in the Bible here. And we can go, and I'm not going to. I don't have enough time to go back and read all the references, so I'm trying to rush through this. But I'm just going to say what's online. But it's the thing is, if we don't do what He asks us to do, we have 3 scheduled services here. We have Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday. If we are not, and that's great. And we come to church and we should worship in. But when you step out the door, are you just leaving it behind? We have to be worshiping Him every day. Even on we have to do our jobs to survive, and I understand that. But we also have to live and walk with Him if we're going to do what He wants us to do. And I have a hard time with that, and I don't think I'm the only one that has that hard time with that, because I'm a human just like everybody else in this building right here. But I do lack patience at times. But I've had to pray about it, and over I've prayed, and He's starting to give me some He's starting to open the light to me, to show me what I need to do to be better, to be a better man, to be a better Christian, and not perfect. Still nervous when I get up in front of a group of people in a church. I was telling him yesterday, I can get up in front of a group of people that I work with. If they could be 1,000. If I know what I know my job so well, I'm comfortable, and I know what I've been there for years. But when I get up here and I'll have something in my mind, and I get up here and stand, I get so nervous and it just goes away. And y'all are my family and friends. I love you. I don't know those people near as well as I know y'all. And but it's a hard thing for me sometimes. But I have to ask God to help me, and hopefully every up here I can start getting more and more of that and all that. But again, I'm going to go back to the word patience, and I recommend that all of us think about that this morning, and think about how we can better live our life based on what this is saying here. And it says, I'll go ahead and read it here. I'll read it, start it over. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Again, so we got to be patient, because guess what? He's coming back. The Lord is coming back, and we have to be patient until we still have to do that work until he comes back. When we got down on our knees, wherever you were saved, and you said, Lord, I'll come into my heart. I accept you as my Savior. You begin that journey to whenever he ever comes back, when the Lord comes back, or when we pass. That's the journey we begin, that time. And there's got to be a lot of patience in between. When I got up off my knees that day and said I was saved, I didn't think the Lord was coming back that day. I would have, he could have, but there's been a long time since I was a 10-year-old boy that I did that. So have I been patient? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wanted it right then. I wanted to be happy about stuff. I wanted to have fun, just like normal people do. But I turned my back on the Lord. I turned my back. And guess what? It brought me absolute nothing. Pretty much close to disaster. And so grudge not one against another, brethren, let ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Don't judge your brothers. Don't judge your brothers and sisters. Don't judge them. There's only one judge, and he's standing at the door. And I'm not your judge. I'm not anybody's judge in this building here right now. And sometimes I think I know what everybody's on their mind. I have no idea what's in it. But all I can do is pray for people, and hopefully they'll pray for me when I'm not doing the right things. But when we start doing this judging and telling people that we know better for them than the Lord, we're in a bad place. I just let the Lord handle all that. See anymore. Now I'm guilty of that. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering and affliction of the patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have been seen at the end of the Lord. And the Lord is very pitiful, of tender mercy. And there it is again. So the Lord's always with us. He's taking care of us. And if you do what he asks you to do in his will, and you're patient with him, the end will be bright. Which our end is always going to be. We're going to heaven. That's what we hopefully everybody here will be doing, going to heaven if you've accepted Jesus. All I got right now, and I appreciate it, and love every one of you, and I hope that you'll just this morning and do what he asks.